What is the Ark of the Covenant?
If you look into biblical texts, for example, there was this ark that Moses stole.
What you talking about, Willis?
He had this box. He claimed it was given to him by God, but I think he stole it from the Egyptians.
Tell me you did not just say that.
What they do, my peoples? Welcome to the show. Me and Josh Lee. Here's my lovely producer. Here with another show. Listen, before we get started, if you've been watching these videos and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell because we got some fire content coming out. Got some hot fire coming out. All right, but yo, listen. Today's topic, man. Listen. The biggest heretic on the internet to date. His name is Billy Carson. Straight up. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This dude is straight up the biggest heretic I can find on the internet right now. So, this man is claiming that Moses stole the Ark of the Covenant. If many of you do not know what the Ark of the Covenant is, don't worry. We about to get into it today. So, without further ado, shout out to MTR. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
What is the Ark of the Covenant?
If you look into biblical texts, for example, there was this ark that Moses stole. He had this box. He claimed it was given to him by God, but I think he stole it from the Egyptians. This is why they fled after him.
An ark.
Yeah, so it's this box with these cherubims on it, but these cherubims are really a capacitor. It generates a lot of electricity. Inside of this box is something that has so much radiation, that's what it looks like there, that you had to have on specific type of clothing, which is well described even in the Bible. Rubber boots, gloves, this type of suit with this breastplate of metal on it. This is all to prevent the radiation poisoning. When somebody didn't have it on in the Bible and they touched the ark, they would become very sick. Their hair would fall out, their nose would bleed, their eyes would bleed, their fingernails would fall off. Radiation sickness. This thing was generating some type of radiation power, some type of a generator of power of some sort. And it was connected to the Great Pyramid. It was in that box. Evidence for this, for me, that box has a gigantic piece of the granite missing off one corner.
This famous scene in Indiana Jones features the Ark of the Covenant. All those who stared inside it died. But despite this Hollywood-style depiction, there is some truth to this. If someone looked inside the Ark, they would effectively be in God's presence, and because of their sin, they would die. The Ark, made out of acacia wood and covered in gold, was one of the most significant items in biblical history. God made a covenant with the children of Israel and used the Ark to resemble it. It held 3 important items inside of it: the 10 Commandments, Aaron's budding rod, which is mentioned in Numbers 17, and a jar of manna as a remembrance when the Lord provided bread in the wilderness for the Israelites. The real significance of the Ark of the Covenant was the mercy seat. It was here that the high priest, once a year, entered the holiest part of the temple and atoned for his sins and the sins of the Israelites. The mercy seat on the Ark was a symbolic foreshadowing of the ultimate sacrifice for all sin, the blood of Christ.
Alright, so y'all already saw the video. You heard what this man said. The man say he feel that Moses stole it from the Egyptians. Completely wrong. And you already heard where it came from. So let's dive a little more deeper into this real quick. So we already know that it wasn't stolen from the Egyptians. We already know that. So let's dive a little deeper into this and get some more information. So, we're not gonna go over what was in the Ark of the Covenant. What was this? Who made the Ark of the Covenant? So, basically, who made the Ark of the Covenant? It was made after the children of Israel arrived at Mount Sinai. That's when it was made, and it wasn't even Moses that made it. It says that Moses had instructed, what was the name of the person? Bezalel and others to task was for creating the ark. They were the ones who Moses instructed to create the ark. Moses got the instructions from God himself on how to create the ark. So now, I don't understand why is it so hard for y'all people, for people like him to understand this. But being that he's a Gnostic, let me not even leave that alone. Because Gnostics, man, I pray for y'all, man. I really do. I pray for y'all. So it already told you exactly what the purpose, what the ark symbolized. The ark symbolized the covenant, the new covenant, the old covenant that God had with Israel. It was a physical object that symbolized God's presence, power, and glory among his chosen people. It gave the correct measurements how God wanted it made. I don't have to go into it. If you want to read more into it, you can. If you want to read more into it, you can go into Exodus. Exodus will tell you, Exodus 25 from 10 going forward will tell you exactly the measurements and how big it was. Now, he also tried to say that it was giving off radiation or some crap like that.
It's a lot of electricity. Inside of this box is something that has so much radiation, that's what it looks like there, that you had to have on specific type of clothing, which is well described even in the Bible. Rubber boots, gloves, this type of suit with this breastplate of metal on it. This is all to prevent the radiation poisoning. When somebody didn't have it on in the Bible and they touched the ark, they would become very sick. Their hair would fall out, their nose would bleed, their eyes would bleed, their fingernails would fall off. Radiation sickness. This thing was generating some type of radiation power, some type of a generator of power of some sort.
Man, son, I'm really getting tired of you, man. No, it wasn't no radiation. It was the presence of God. You as a human being cannot, with all your sin, cannot stand in front of the presence of the Holy God and think you can live. What? This is what happens when people don't read their Bibles. It already tells you this. It was a representation of his presence and his power. So you cannot just go all willy-nilly just thinking you can touch the Ark of the Covenant and think you can live. What is wrong? Even David learned the hard way when he came and tried to take it the first time. What is wrong? Let's look into that. Let's even look into that. Y'all want to look into that? As far as even what happened with David, the first time he tried to take it, he had to learn the hard way. What was his name? What was his name? It was Uzzah. It was not Uriah, Uzzah. Uzzah was struck dead because he was helping transport the ark. He ended up touching it. God struck him dead. David got mad about it. He was angry because he thought it was unnecessary. Until David calmed his behind down and realized, nope, that's my fault. I'm the one who took this without trying to figure out the proper way of transporting this thing. This is God. This belongs to God, not me. So it wasn't until he found that he realized the error of his way, he was able to go. He realized the second time, let me make this right. So he went to the Levites. They got as many Levite priests he could find, and then got them to transport it with no problems. And guess what happened? When the Palestinians tried to take it, they got cursed for trying to take it. So people, it's not about no radiation like this fool keep trying to. Man, I got big beef with this dude, Billy Carson. I got big beef with this dude because the crap that he's telling people out here in the streets, especially when it comes to this Bible, nah, bro, I can't get down with that. It ain't no radiation. This was this is you basically in the presence of God. So for you to touch it improperly, you get struck down. No questions about it. This is the eternal Holy Father. You can't come half-stepping when it comes to him. You will lose your life. Do you understand this? I don't understand. People, if sin was gasoline and if your clothes, if basically all of your clothes were soaked in gasoline and all types in sin, would you want to go step in front of the all-consuming flame? which will be God, would you want to stand in front of him, try to stand in front of him boldly? Knowing you got no Christ is your Teflon. Look at it like that. Christ is your Teflon to keep you from getting burnt to a crisp. Many of you would think you can swim in sin, in the gasoline sin, and think you can stand in front of the all-consuming fire and not get burnt. What is wrong with you people? But I'm here to tell you, everything he says about that when it comes to the ark is completely wrong and completely false. So after this, no one has no excuse about the ark or what was inside of it and what the purpose of it was. And no one, and I've been out here, nobody else talking about the ark was stolen, because the Bible clearly tells you who made it, why it was made, and what was put in it. Egyptians had nothing to do with the Ark of the Covenant. So, y'all made it this far into the video. Much love. Comment below. Let me know if you think I'm right or if you believe Billy Carson. Either way, I just want to know what you guys think. Comment below. Much love for y'all being here, man. Oh, one more thing. Trying to reach this goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of summer. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what you waiting for? Hit the sub button, man. Hit the notification bell. Much love to y'all, man. We out.